guitarist Jeff Graham. We're going to do a little set of blues as a duet. And I decided because of Jeff's presence and my birthday, I'd like to read the Muddy Waters section of my book called Fattening Frogs and Snakes. Muddy Waters was God to me. The first poem is dedicated to Jeff Graham, Jeff Baby Graham. That night, Muddy Waters said, in the country, you'd be surprised how that music carries. The sound be empty out there. You could hear my guitar way before you get to the house. And you can hear the people's hollering and screaming. The peoples lived scattered way apart, Muddy remembers. Our little house was way back in the country. We had one house close to us, and then the next one would have been a mile. If you got sick, you could holler, and wouldn't nobody hear you. We had our own horses, mules, cows, goats, and chickens. And I watered them from the time I was a boy. Had to pump the water, and that pump would put blisters in my hand. Even for one cow, you had to pump a lot of water, Buddy says. She'd take 2 draws out of one of those big tubs, swallow twice, and that'd be it. When I got big enough to crawl around, I would play in the sand and try to eat it. I'd play in the mud, I'm sorry. I missed the whole fucking point of that one. Let me go back, take 2. When I got big enough to crawl around, I would play in the mud and try to eat it. My grandma started that muddy thing, and after we were up there near Clarksdale, the kids started the waters, Muddy Waters. When I was around 3 years old, he said, I was already beating on bucket tops and tin cans. Anything with a sound, I would try to play it. I'd take my stick and beat on the ground, trying to get a new sound, and be humming my little baby song along with it. My first instrument, which a lady gave me, was an old squeeze box, just like Tommy's Spaghetti, an old accordion. I must have been 5. I never did learn how to play anything on it, and one of the older boys pulled it apart. The next thing I had in my hand was a juice harp. I learned pretty good on that thing, and then when I was about 7, I started playing with what they call the French harp at home, the harmonica. That's when they started up with the waters. And that was even what my family started to call me. Go on, old Muddy Waters. I didn't like that. It made me mad. But that's the way it goes on me, you know. Now when I was 9, I was getting the sound out of that French harp. When I was 13, it was very, very good. I was playing it with my friend Scott at fish fries, picnics, and things. I should have never given it up. But then when I was 17, I put the harp down and switched to the guitar. Jesus. The first one I got, I sold the last horse we had. Made about $15 for him. Gave my grandmother $7.50. I kept $7.50 and paid about $2.50 for that guitar. It was a Stella. The people ordered them from Sears and Roebuck in Chicago. I got about 3 guitars from Sears and Roebuck before I came up this way. But it was so long before I even made $1. Coming up through my childhood life, I tried to stay with the music, but we didn't get no pay for it. 50 cents, 75 cents, kind of like today. You couldn't stay there with it if you ain't got it deep down in your soul. Asked about church, Muddy says. Can't you hear it in my voice? I go every Sunday. Plenty of people would stay up all night and listen to the blues and go home and get ready and then go right to church. Back then there was just 3 things I wanted to be. A heck of a preacher, a heck of a ball player, or a heck of a musician. Well, the Detroit Tigers could use Muddy Waters right now. I always felt like I could beat plowing mules, chopping cotton, and drawing water. I did all that, and I never did like none of it. Sometimes they'd want us to work on Saturday, but they'd look for me, I'd be gone, playing in some little town, or in some jungle. Go ahead, Jeff. I had bad schooling, Muddy says. Went to about the 2nd or 3rd grade. And what I learned to do, I was doing that really wrong. About his unique sense of time, Muddy says, I'm a delay singer. I don't sing on the beat, I sing behind it. And people have to delay to play with me. They get to hang around, wait, see what's gonna happen next. My blues sound so simple, Muddy concludes. So easy to do, but it's not. They say my blues is the hardest blues in the world to play. Muddy Waters to Alabama. When you hear Jeff Graham play those Muddy Waters licks, you know, Muddy Waters sat him down and showed him how to do this one night. This is the real shit here.